Oh boy. Well, things can only go downhill from here, right? And no, I don't mean uphill, I mean down. Tumbling down. Things are only going to get worse from here, is how I feel on the inside. There's nothing anyone could say that could convince me that that this is going to not be a nightmare. Because this is just definitely going to be a nightmare. I don't even know if I care about any of this stuff. This game's not hard enough. I'm too good at video games to give a hoot about these skills. You know what? That could actually be pretty useful. We're gonna go ahead and equip that one. Alright, let's just go. I'm ready to get this started. I gotta see what goes on here. It's causing me existential dread.
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial.
Why did this goon think I
During
need
the
to learn how
trial,
to play the
you'll present
game
your
every time?
arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished.
Based on the investigation,
but if you
I
pick
don't
the wrong
really
person,
know yet.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy.
I suspect
Also,
that they're different
refusing
people.
to vote will result in your death, so you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Okay, I'll turn off auto for a second. I think that they're different people. Based on the plot conceit that they gave about only the first murder mattering. I don't know that they would have done that without a reason, you know? And I also think that, I don't think it was any of the people at the seance, at least for Tenko. It was weird that Koichi was covered in blood that one time, but I don't think it has anything to do with the case. I really don't. There's a part of me that thinks it might have been Tenko that killed Angie, and then Maki that killed Tenko. I kind of think that, sort of. I'm not super sold on that. It's more of a
Sorry,
hunch.
everyone. I don't think I'm going to be much help this time. Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
But I also never would have called Kirumi for the last one, so I
Next
don't know.
time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, spaceman!
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two.
Who did it? Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. there may be 2 killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Hmm? What do you mean?
I don't think a ghost did it.
Student.
I think the whole transfer student thing is
Maybe our
ridiculous.
resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
I really don't think that's
Say
gonna be
something,
what they've done.
Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
Sumagi is
They came back
useless.
to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
I love zombies.
Oh!
So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes, Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
Okay, I need to look at what these mean, I guess. Ooh, man, my headphones are... Hold on one second. Sorry, my headphones are screwing up. Need just a minute. Okay, I think that we are back. Can I get a confirmation that the audio sounds normal on your guys' end? What a bizarre issue. I'm really not sure why that happened. I had to restart. I had to unplug stuff from the capture card and plug the HDMIs back in and I don't know, that was the solution that someone on Google offered. That was the first thing. So I was like, I'll try that real quick and search for a more permanent solution later. I thought that it was my headphones dying because I've had these Audio Technicas I'm using are pretty old. But, guess it wasn't. Yeah, I guess this is kind of a new science,
did
huh?
Work?
What? Yeah, I thought that's what the answer would be. Okay.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us,
Are the sound levels
you have
still
to
okay and
burn the
everything?
Necronomicon in the ritual.
Voice to music good?
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
I'm actually wondering if part of it
Hold on
is
a second.
the
I
HDMI
can't
cord. I
let
might
that
try a new
comment
one.
Stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as
Which
long
means-
as you use the Necronomicon.
Which means I'll have to change out like 3 HDMI cords because there's like, well, 2 I guess, because there's 2 in between the Elgato and the monitor and the switch. But now that's unusual now too. My monitor is like flashing every once in a while, but that's something y'all can't see, so I'll worry about that later.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's
What a
possible.
nightmare.
But it's true. I never lie about motives.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Is all that remains of
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Damn. You're gonna piss Monodum off, man.
Oh,
He's a murderer.
so resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us. Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer
Yeah,
student
I expect
isn't the
Monotaro
culprit,
to die next,
then
for
blame
sure.
falls to one of us.
Who did it?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Throwing out a real powerful accusation here all of a sudden.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie,
I mean, that is
and
a
it
pretty
was
good
found
point.
in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie! Booyah! I'm a fucking genius!
used a katana to kill Angie. And it was...
Alright, so let's see what these options here are. We have front door. Back door.
It's found in Kyo's research lab.
Lock picking.
Which make...
What was Sumugi's account one more time? Maybe that's the answer?
You, Kyo! Automatically suspicious!
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and then murdered the fuck out of Angie!
Wow, that shit dodged my bullet.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
It was found in Kyo's research lab, which makes you, Kyo, suspicious. But anyone could have taken that katana, you see. So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about...
Hold on, let me check. I think...
some katana.
Alright, I think that's the answer.
Went to the classroom.
Oh, nope, I'm wrong. Okay, so I do need Sumugi's account instead of Kokichi's lockpicking. I figured it was one of those two. I wasn't 100% on which one.
To kill Angie.
And it was found in Kyo's research lab, which makes you, Kyo, suspicious. But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
It's very funny that they fast forward everything and you give them like chipmunk voices.
I did not care about some katana. Just admit it, you shitty worm. You went to the classroom.
That's wrong! No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab, she said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Kyo couldn't have killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Huh.
Oh, how clever.
Man, come on, Gonta.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
Gonta, you cannot
the remaining
continue to be
student
this
council
stupid,
members
my
are
dude.
Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack!
Rude.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
Perhaps the culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi? Well...
just because Gonta was raised by Wolf does not give him a pass to be this stupid.
Gonta would never kill Angie.
He's had enough time now.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture departure might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez. I'm not the culprit.
We're not the culprit.
Oh boy, here comes the chaos debate. Yeah.
We must consider other possibilities. Surely there must be suspects outside the student council. Maybe you have an alibi for last night.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone could open
culprit.
that door.
Why?
Only student council members had access.
Look, I don't know who the culprit
I didn't know
is,
robots told such boring lies.
but it's definitely not
Is
me.
that a robophobic remark?
Okay, well, it's gotta be.
We must consider other possibilities. Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
Student council.
That's utterly impossible.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone can open
culprit.
that door.
Why?
Only student council members.
Oh, Kokichi. Why would you open yourself up to this, dude? You knew what you did. You knew what you did. You knew that this was coming.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Oh, huh? That's a lie.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Nah, no joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense. Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it? Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
What the fuck, Miyu? Give me a minute, jeez.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was.
Oh, I think it was the back door.
That's it!
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause that's the one with the gold flakes
The
on
back
it.
door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
Oh, good, the puzzle game.
I see it!
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Don't know what that means.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with the katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
I have no idea. Straight up. This is beyond bizarre. Oh yeah, it's crazy taxi time. Let's go. I mean, that's the katana. Get in my car, girl. We're going to Knowledge Town. We gotta solve this mystery. We can't stop here. This is Bat Country. Wow, I can't believe I missed those fucking letters like a goddamn scrub. I missed those two. Why does it feel harder when the lanes are fewer? It doesn't make it be easier. But I feel like I'm gonna over-adjust. Now this is the question I don't think I know the answer to offhand, but I'm really hoping that it'll be relatively obvious which we need to pick up. Oh, okay, I wasn't sure which one I hit the first time. Because I was glancing over at stream chat. I guess it would have to be this one, because making it fall makes no sense.
It connects! That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into
because
the
I'm
effigy
too stupid, that's why.
Was so
that's
that it
why
would
they
hit
had
the
to
sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
Spin it to win it.
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist. Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course, the katana would spin with it.
That sounds pretty good, dude. I wish I had some ice cream and cherry pie right now.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place? The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope, and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
I didn't think we were gonna figure out how the doors were locked that
That's
fast.
how Angie's lab was
to
locked.
be honest.
By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed.
Picking a lock closed is a funny idea to me.
But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
It's a lie!
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
Miko's about to like,
I'm
jump
lying,
over and choke him.
but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious.
Koichi.
Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted into my plan.
Always playing 12D chess with your own brain.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Oh, Miyu, I love you.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
You. I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Oh no! Not in the court.
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Fucking ouch!
Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
Oh my god! Jesus Christ!
What should we talk about now?
So anything else, Gonta?
We
Please
must
change the
focus
subject.
not on the locked room,
God
but on
damn
who
it.
entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council.
You know,
Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
I legitimately feel like I've seen it used in another game
That
before, but I
contradicts what you
couldn't
said
place
earlier,
it right now
which
if
I can
tried.
prove using my recording function.
But I really do think that I've seen
It's
it in
fine.
another, like,
It's just a waste of time.
trashy anime game.
A suspect? I'd never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider! Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
We might catch them with their pants down!
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list?
The suspect rangers
Well,
is a
guys,
very
I wanna
funny
hear what you
thing to
think.
call them.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
Come on, I really don't think...
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We've got to figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless.
Come on, don't say
Suggest
that shit.
To waste our time.
It's not meaningless!
Himiko didn't do this shit, dude. Like, there's no way. But this game is really mean, so it might have. I don't know.
Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her?
This game's been shitting all over my whole life constantly, so it could be Himiko for all I know.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that.
I kinda get what Kokichi's saying here, but still...
That's why I'm so upset.
I don't know, man.
I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive.
Himiko never, like, hated Tenko or anything, but Tenko was weird and... It came on really strong, you know? Like...
Yeah, seriously! It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Okay, Kamina.
Yeah? Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito! Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is... Death Curse! I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up! All you guys are gonna help out too.
Yeah, he does have Kamina
vibes.
vibes,
Only
it's
thinking
true.
about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's really irritating. Like, I especially wish I could just auto these. I just
So
want to like
what
set
do
the
we talk
controller
about
down and
first?
like pay attention.
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Is that hold on?
Crotch probably got killed during the seance, so
Crotch.
everyone there's suspicious.
Is there like a maybe there's a setting? Hold on. Let's do this real quick just for the sake of it. Okay, that's not it. System settings, change display colors. No. I don't think there's like a power display option. Are you serious? Jesus Christ, Nintendo. Yeah, get offended. That rules. Mew's terrible. Koriko, Shuichi, Himeko, Kokichi. Yeah.
That's it! It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those 4 are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well,
He was ready for that one.
But...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
That is true. She did call out the middle one for reasons unknown. She would also fit under the floor better than most of these people. Man, that's things are adding up in a real nasty way there. As one might say, yikes.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance.
That
The
is
empty
fucked.
room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
But this whole thing has been fucked.
Damn it!
Yeah, I thought they meant the hole in the ground. Do they mean the hole in the wall? I guess that's probably what they mean. Or maybe not.
Oh no!
That's what I tried. Or maybe I guess they... Oh, okay. I tried to get the hole.
Damn it!
This hole, maybe?
There!
Okay, yeah, got it. It's the hole in the back corner.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer. The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh?
Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak.
Hold on, what's his flashlight function in here? Okay, yeah.
Sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said, hold on a second.
I'm gonna have to refute with that because it would be too bright.
Hold on a second. The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Like, they would have definitely seen that.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. Villain had a light.
What? You mean candle? I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh?
No. Hold on a second. Kibo could have used that
function to get under the floor.
Excuse me? For real? What the fuck?
and sneak into the empty
How
room
is that
during
missing?
the seance.
Are you kidding me?
I said, hold on a second. He used
I was literally on the fucking reticule.
The culprit sneaked in
You want to talk
during
about
the
an embarrassing miss, dude? That was terrible.
Use that function to get
under the floor.
Okay, so that's not the answer. They said the light was blinding. You'd be able to see that from the room.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Okay, so
by crawling under the floor.
I guess I need to look at the other things. Hole in the corner, cage child, loose floorboard. Ah, there's that sound fuck up again. Jesus. God damn it, what is wrong with the video game tonight? It's so cursed. The video game doesn't want to be finished, apparently. Okay. I am going... Yeah, it does. Kind of sounds chopped and screwed, doesn't it? What I'm going to do is I am going to kill the stream. I will give this like a 5 to 10 minute recess here. Hold on, can I get a save? Can I drop a save file? I guess it doesn't matter. I don't need to drop a save file. I'm not going to turn the switch off. I will be back in like 10 minutes after I restart the computer and unplug and replug it, all this equipment. And hopefully it'll work. I will be right back. Gucci. I don't know though. Man, you do this for a couple weeks, there's no technical difficulties, and then all of a sudden they all happen in one night, am I right, y'all? What a fucking shit show. Unbelievable stuff, truly. But I do believe we're good now. And I just need to get my Twitch dashboard back open. That's the wrong purple icon, James. You don't want to go to resetera.com. That website's garbage. A garbage website for trash people. Actually, there's a lot of very fine people at resetera.com. It's just the leadership's a bit bad. So, I'm sure that I lost all... Oh, wait, no. It seems like most of y'all hung around. I deeply appreciate that. So, sound seems good. The stream seems good. On top of that, I think it was all the capture card. I'm not sure why it was being so finicky, but I couldn't even play it on my monitor. I was having to play it in the OBS preview there because the HDMI out from the monitor kept flashing on the monitor kept flashing on and off like there was something wrong with the HDMI. So I even changed the HDMI cord midstream there while I was doing it, and it was still doing it, and then I don't know what's wrong. But it seems to all be working now, and I think I spent 2 seconds off screen reading these evidence bullets, as it were, and I think I know what my answer is. I think I was on the right track before about being able to see the light and that not being possible with Kibo's light. But I think it's the hole in the corner because it says you can see into the hole. So you'd be able to see the light coming out of it. Cool. No game audio. Unbelievable. Actually believable. Hold on. I see the problem here. Well, I sort of see the problem. Okay, let's, there should be game audio now. Hey man, it defaulted. I'm so sorry. I turned on the audio source in wavelength, and it was maxed before I could move it. Dude, you couldn't if you tried. I genuinely believe that you would have a hard time. I bet I could win if you tried to kick my ass. Alright, it is, time is marching forward here. It's not super late yet, but I do want to finish this trial tonight, and I know how long they can go, so let's get moving now that you can hear it. Is the audio better now? I believe I put it back to about where it was before.
There was a hole in the corner of the room.
Okie dokie, cool. I'll turn it up a little bit more. I think it was a little bit higher than where it is now. Anyway, that should be good.
If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
No, now this sounds wrong again. To me. Their voices sound like they're missing something. They sound tinny and weird. The music also sounds tinny and weird. Or like I'm hearing it twice. Did I accidentally... Okay, we'll just roll then.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from underfloor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
No, what's
Maybe
funny
they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
is it's definitely something
let
on
the
my
culprit find
PC
her.
and that's screwing up.
Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Because when I change the stream, when I change wavelength to show me what the stream is hearing versus what I can hear coming from my computer, it's the voices sound normal. So they sound normal going out to the stream, but not coming into me. But that's fine. I can just listen to the stream mix for now and figure that out later because I'm very tired of this right now.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
The corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Yeah, that was definitely a Danganronpa V3
cares?
reference.
Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however.
But why would Monokuma know that? Because this
Instead of
game
butting
doesn't
our
take
heads
place in the
against
same
this,
universe,
how
right,
about we
Kodaka?
concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point. Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
She wasn't killed
Impossible.
when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Huh?
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your lip dick brains!
Wonderful. Do we want to make your golden brain tingle? I'm not sure that's something we want to do.
When Tenko got killed,
It wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Ooh, like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no doubt.
Jesus Christ. This game is trash.
When Tenko got killed.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. So let's see here. Marker stone.
Wasn't during the seance.
So the sound fucks up when looking in the menu.
She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
But I think that's literally the game screwing up. Like, I think that's the game running poorly, because it seems to drop frames when I'm in that menu looking at the evidence in this trial. I can feel it.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that
Because
Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Well, the gold in your brain is piss.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out! Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cave! They stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo! The blade's all you need.
So I think marker stone is probably the answer here. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage,
Well, it
it'd
makes
be
sense.
long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there
See, it
with her
makes sense.
neck all exposed.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. There's only one thing that really made sense about, or related to the neck being exposed in there.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't... She was bent over with her forehead against the mark, and the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Haha, damn. Bro.
Yeah, no worries.
Gonta.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Sure seems
Yeah,
that way.
for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What are you talking about? That's not possible!
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that! Screw spirits!
Yeah, fuck ghosts. You tell him, Kaido.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible! Spirits can't be culprits!
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
Wait! I know! What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage? If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance!
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Well, shit. To be quite honest, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, is she saying that she might have committed suicide? Is that the deal? Is that what they're asking? Yeah, I think that's what they're saying. Hey, I said that before you put that in chat, too, so I just want you to know that. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing she could be implying with that. Why would Tenko
I
kill
believe
herself,
Maki is
though?
referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance.
But why?
It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right? Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
Come on, Kokichi.
What?
Don't layer
But
this on
if
right
she was
now.
gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
Tenko was a little like that. At least a little like that.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
Why,
The
Golden?
true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
No, but...
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
True.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Kaito's a good guy.
Well,
I
duh.
feel bad
It's
for talking
impossible
shit
to
about
know
him at
for
the
sure what
beginning.
others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
True.
If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
I love them.
Hey, come on.
Kaito
Don't you think
and
you're being a little
Maki.
too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds.
I'm gonna
So
become
for
a...
now, let's agree to
I'm gonna
disagree.
become a Tumblr core
No one
shit
ever
boy
called
over
me
here
naive
for those
before.
two.
And from Kaito? Seriously?
True, Fujoshi.
Whether or not I believe. My heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Fair
Me
enough.
too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
It does suck how it
Finally,
explains
with
a
the
lot
last
of
of her
issues.
strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Oh, is this gonna be another lie?
So far,
I have
suicide
to tell.
seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Okay, what do we got?
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
Oops, I didn't mean to shoot that.
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
Tinko did.
it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So suicide.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength,
She threw the sickle
underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best
Her plan was to
explanation.
take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions. Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best
Her plan was to take us
explanation.
down with her.
I'm not 100% sure what he wants. I think he wants me to lie, but none of these statements seem like particularly like egregious.
Then stab yourself with it!
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. Pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Man, I feel lost. I'm gonna just start trying to shoot things. What kind of love?
It would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought a sickle. And then stabbed herself with it!
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor.
I just...
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
I keep listening to it hoping... Oh, time out. Whoops. No, I have other ones, but they don't make any sense. Like, for this. Okay, yeah, let's retry. Okay, Monokuma. You're very generous, Barry. Let me just go at it again.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Okay.
Tenko did commit suicide.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it!
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
So far, suicide seems to be the
Okay, I think I know what it is. Now that I do. I think it's that last statement that Kyo makes. And yeah, I think it's supposed to be a liability.
And then stabbed herself with it!
Finally, with the last of her strength.
No, I wanted to lie. Shit. I don't think anything's in file 3 that'll help. Because they don't really mention her final moments. They just mention her
So
time
far,
with death.
suicide seems to be the best explanation.
I'm also trying to stay out of this menu because it fucks with the sound. Okay. Are you sure?
Her plan was to
Take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions. It would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it!
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor.
I don't Monaco
All the
file
pieces
doesn't have anything in it. That I. Okay, I'll try it on that.
Seems to be the best explanation.
On that run.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
No, it's got to be a lie bullet, dude. I really think you have to lie about what Tenko
So
said.
far, suicide seems to be the best
That's the only
explanation.
thing that makes any sense to me. The only thing that sucks is you gotta stand here and
Her
like
plan was to
hold
take us
X
down with
down to make it a lie.
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
Oh, but it'll stay
But
alive?
if Tenko did commit suicide,
No, it won't. It goes
it
as
would
soon as
explain
you're...
how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the thing. And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the
I knew it.
I'll reveal the truth.
No, I wasn't shooting it early on purpose. I was testing something. Or I was shooting it early on
Tenko
purpose.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the
I wanted
floor.
to see if the live bullet... I couldn't remember if it went off immediately or if it, like, you could charge it and, like, hold it. But no, as soon as you let go of the button, it shoots. That's all I wanted to double check. I'd forgotten.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Like my status to die instantly.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Yeah. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Wow.
How could you forget that?
Shuichi looks like he just
You
nutted,
better
dude.
apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Aw,
Which means
Tenko.
someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance? If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
I mean, all I remember is the thud.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary
Yeah,
during the
sound during
seance?
the seance.
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Well, that was an easy one. Concerned.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right? The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboard.
What exactly caused the sound that was heard during the sound? I mean, it must have been something under the floor, right?
This is it!
Why didn't I
the
go
floorboard
for the
unlock
Nico's
had
beats
something to do with that sound.
What are you talking about, dude?
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Would the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
Oh,
The
you meant the
impact was
weak
that
point
intense,
thing, didn't
then
you?
it
I didn't
could
even
have
think
loosened the
about it.
floorboard.
All right, then. Let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now. So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
Yeah,
Don't
that's...
have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Oh.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Damn it. God damn it. Okay.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there
Oh,
must
it's
have
gotta
been
be this,
considerable
right?
force.
Is that what I think it is? Let me double check. That's that thing, that shitty piece. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, these menus are fucked. Like, they tank the game's
Someone who
frame rate.
participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Yeah, you stomped on it,
Maybe
that
the
cross
wooden
piece
statue fell
would
over.
have fallen. And that might have
But
made
that
the thump.
statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor.
They stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the
Gotta agree with Kokichi. That's not consent that we need. Don't want it, don't need it. Take it away.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
That is the question that we should answer. Jesus. Yeah. Man, I don't even know where to start here. Seance? Something? No? Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, did they want like the body to disappear maybe and it failed? Because it kind of looked like a seesaw. Is that what they're at? But seesaw what? I want to see if seesaw is the first word, but I have no idea what the second word would be. Well, so far. Okay, so yeah, that has to be seesaw, but what the fuck? Seesaw... So wait, there's E's, there's F's, there's T, and C's. The only word I can think of that is spelled with the letters that are on screen is effect. Is that it? Is it seesaw effect? Because that seems like a stretch, but I don't think there are any other words that use that are that many letters long that use all of these letters. I literally can't think of one. Like cat. All right, let's just try it. I'm running out of time. That's a good start. Oh, it is. So it is seesaw effect. Okay. Dude, I would never have like figured that out in any way other than just looking at the letters and being like, okay, what could these possibly spell?
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Yeah? A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard have been cut off.
The seesaw effect like Tetris effect.
The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
I mean, it had to have been on the cage, right? Like, I don't,
That's it!
yeah, okay. Got him.
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
Right, yeah, exactly.
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
That must mean Kyo's doing it, or Kyo's done it, right?
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Crazy.
She was
Man.
bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
That's
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw,
Yeah, dude, that
it could
sucks.
compensate for the blade's length.
Like, could you
Bringing
imagine?
the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the
You
victim.
get seesawed into a sickle,
That's
like
definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the
the
cage.
people who write Danganronpa sit down and are just like,
And the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the
yo,
floorboard.
what's
That
the
impact
most,
make floorboard come loose.
what's the most fucked up idea
Looks
you
like
got
we got
from
ourselves a
Moida?
good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Yeah, good. And
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
Miu, that is
Craziness
the
is what really makes the killing game fun,
single
you know?
most like
They can't get away with murder the
fluid
normal way, so they gotta think
and
outside the box.
like
Kudos,
cogent thought
culprit.
you've ever had. in
You
your
did a great
entire
job
life.
keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
That does look bad, but I really don't think she did
She
it.
likely found out about
There's
my
no
plans
way.
for the seance somehow.
There's no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo.
It's not
You even had
happening.
instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko,
prepared her seesaw trap ahead
That
of time.
smiling face.
Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
No, it's not
Then
her. She's
she
not
killed
the killer.
Tenko, all according to plan.
Don't believe it.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
I don't believe it. Don't believe
In
it.
the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved,
Nope.
tragically killed her.
Nope, nope, nope.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Correct. Gonta.
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
No, it doesn't mean that, Koichi. Stop it. I know that I thought that Himiko was the dumbest person alive. Not even like 15 hours ago, and I still think that. But I don't think she did it. I think that that is not true. And I sure hope we're more than halfway through this nightmare, because I need to know. I absolutely need to know what is going on. It is killing me. It is making me crazy with rage. Good lordy, I need to know. I miss Monodum Theater, honestly. I guess that's us.
It's okay.
I would never skip Monochroma Theater. It's like my favorite part of the game. Dude, Monotaro is dying at the end of this trial. There is no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely right! Hey, all right!
Alright, bro. I will try.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Cool.
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Logic does not compute.
That remains of a once powerful
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
threshold of an amazing adventure showtime.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all!
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Oh, Monodum. It's okay, buddy.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Adventure showtime.
You cannot provoke
Answer us,
Monodum
Himiko.
like that.
You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
I really don't
Are you
think
even
Himiko
listening?
did it.
No, I'm not listening.
Fair enough.
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not.
Kyo
We gotta
is
be strong.
getting kind of
Gotta keep thinking.
suspicious right
Then
now.
we might find new truth.
He seems awfully
So
ready
no give up, Himiko.
to offload this on Himiko. He seems a little too eager, you know?
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
That's true.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room,
Yeah, okay.
someone
so,
else could have set that trap.
Your opinions are empty words.
I'm gonna agree with the other rooms maybe trapped using the bloody Koichi. That makes sense to me. Because didn't he get owned by a trap in one of them?
Performing the seance in...
Let me read that and just make sure that I'm on the right track there. Yeah, that room had this. That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't it in the same way? That's got to be what they wanted. Yeah.
Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped.
I agree.
Now that's consent we want, boys.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
I really do love him.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
Yeah.
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Well, no reason in particular to suspect her in particular.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko... Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead.
Yeah. I miss Karumi.
This trial, it's not just for
And
our
Kaido.
lives. It's for everyone who's died as
And
well.
all of our friends. I can't believe
That's
all
why
these
we
people
can't
are
give
dead.
up.
Dude, I'm
This
not
is our
ready for who did
responsibility.
this.
We live on.
I'm super not.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Oh.
Won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Hell yeah, alright.
Do not
We've
say
awakened.
everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Thank you, Maki. Oh, man. Yeah, hell
Well,
yeah.
as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic.
God damn, man. Himiko.
Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Yeah, this is such a good question. So what exactly is it? Why did no one step on the floorboard until the culprit used it in the murder? Well, I think I can come up with a reason for the one in the middle room. Is that must be all they want, I guess? It's because of Kyo's thing. He was telling everybody exactly where to stand. It was very, very specific about where you could and couldn't stand. It's really a shame these menus fuck up the sound and the frame rate. And Jesus. Yeah, I think this has to be the answer. Yeah, I thought so. Cool.
It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime. Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
Yep.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be him, right? Like, that's... I like Kyo a lot. But he's the only one that makes sense. Like, it has to be him.
It has to be you!
It has to be you.
Kyo. I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo? Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick, but that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder.
Yep.
Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo?
Answer already! Did you do it?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Is it?
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Wait a minute.
Did you figure it out?
Well, he mentioned that he moved his hand along the wall, so that has to be a clue that it means touch, right? Like, I can't imagine what else it would mean.
That's it!
Like, why would he bring up... Yeah, okay.
The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
Ay, ay, ay. I do not know. Well, I certainly saw the word magic in here. Yeah. This game makes it a little I feel like this game makes it a little easier than the other games. Because it shows you all these letters, and your brain does a pretty good job of like what could those words or those letters spell in real words. But now I don't know. Magic. Is it circle? I mean, that's the only magic thing we've dealt with, really. Do we have those letters? That's the question. It looks like we do, yeah. I wonder if these backwards letters count. I'm sure they do. So yeah, I guess it's circle. That makes sense. It was made out of the salt, right?
I see now. That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong. Recall the document. What?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
True.
So what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't understand.
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
I don't think there is. That's awfully
Not anymore.
convenient.
The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Okay. What's up, Keeps?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Kokichi.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Will the real Kibo please stand up?
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
Oh, I bet Kibo has a picture in his, like, brain bank.
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so...
Oh, she put in a camera for creep shots.
It's an image recording function.
Yeah, you fucking...
Image recording?
You...
Specifically,
creep.
this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
Yeah. Out of his mouth.
On your mouth?
I've also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
Unbelievable. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Yeah, look at those lines that are coming off the circle. Those aren't part of it. You motherfucker, Kyo. Oh my god. He did it.
There!
Well, no, well, just because he killed Tenko doesn't mean that he killed Angie, you know?
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, you never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie. isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
That's not what I expected.
Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty.
Oh my god.
See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan! Quit talking about your poop, no one cares! Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
I really do wish you would just admit it.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion. Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
The thing is, though, like, again, Monokuma said that only,
If you are going to claim I am the culprit,
only the
then what
first
of
kill
the murder
matters.
weapon?
And we don't know if he did
It was
Angie.
set
We're
up.
just figuring out Tenko right now, so...
The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko.
The white sheet.
But the only people who
The
could
white
have placed
sheet,
the
he
sickle
put
are
the sheet.
Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage.
He did the white
nor
sheet, right?
did I
I
lift
think he
it.
did. I'm pretty sure
I
he
had
did.
no opportunity to touch the sickle.
Aha, haha.
For your
that's right.
words.
Oh man, it feels good to get things right. It really does.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Oh, finally an admission, huh?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up all...
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Kokichi over there
Let me
loving
guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
it. Yeah.
Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand. I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
I'm glad he's bringing this up now.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
See, that's what I don't know
That
about.
is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feeling?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Poor
Hey,
guy.
why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, there are
No,
plenty
it's
of
too
ways
dangerous to
look at
vote
it.
before we arrive at a logical decision.
I don't know why they're so dead set on this.
Culprit's one of you. Wowee! The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial ground.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
What a... Ooh. I'm guessing... Did he do both? I feel like this laid into the trial. The reality is that he probably did. Real hard to say, though. Real hard to say.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed...
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
It's just, yeah. It's really dumb.
Forced his way into Angie's...
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Okay, so we got the rest of this down.
The katana was found in
Kikyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He's
Kokichi
planning
does
to
it.
use the new rule to protect
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko.
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Oh my god, okay. Now to mash. Love the button mash. Good old
This is our answer! It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Yeah, I thought we figured out that mystery.
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Oh, was it the dried blood? I figured the dried blood would come back to be important. If that's, I assume that's what it is. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where's that dried blood? Yeah. See, that was so. That's such a weird thing.
This is it!
That's such a weird outlier in this case. I always figured that was going to be the
The
linchpin.
blood stain found under the floor. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
that bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that blood stain the only dry?
It's because it had to happen way before Tenko was killed. Like, that's the only answer. Right?
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder.
It's weird. Some of these answers, like,
It was
in this
there
case, are
before
way
we
more
started the
obvious than the
seance.
ones from early on.
Or the seance?
I mean, it had to be Angie's, right? Like, who else? I mean, it was either Angie's or Kyo's. Kokichi's would be in the other room. And it wouldn't have been there
That's it.
beforehand, you know, unless he tripped and fell down there and didn't tell anybody.
That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
Maybe she
If
went
Angie
in the
wasn't
room.
killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities.
Maybe she went in the room and tripped.
We
like,
assumed that
fucking
only council
Kokichi
members
did.
could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Okay, I thought I was gonna have to answer that question. I was like, I don't know yet. What the fuck?
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed.
Hold on, I need to look at these real quick. Okay.
She was killed in the empty room instead.
Man, busted music.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! To keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
I wish I had something that I could do to agree to that statement, because I do agree. That's very true.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! To keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed.
Hold on. What does this say? Burn the Necronomicon to act. She didn't want a candle. She needed the candle for the fire. She needed the candle for the fire.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room?
Big brain.
That's it! The candle!
I agree.
Consent. That's the consent I've been waiting for, baby.
That's it.
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
No.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
Yep.
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab.
Makes sense.
So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboard.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room. and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Because they had that blood on that duct tape. That was another thing I figured would end up being a, kind of a linchpin on this case. Oh, really? Huh. Well, now I'm not 100% sure what it wants from me.
Damn it!
They think I'm a fraud. Oh, right. She had that second set of injuries that wasn't fatal. Ah, yes.
This is it!
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I guess I jumped the gun a little bit on the
fatal wound was a
duct
cut to
tape.
the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now.
Try not to be so hyped.
Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab. And it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What
okay, maybe he did do both, because he's sure acting like it.
You what? What are... I will not fear. I will not back down.
Oh, your boy wears lipstick. I didn't really expect that. I didn't expect him to take his mask
Sweet
off.
Korekio, calm yourself. Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them. You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
Oh boy.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn
Does he have like a multiple personality deal?
It's full of doubts.
Oh man.
Of mysteries.
Danganronpa ain't
impenetrable fog.
smart enough to tackle that.
Nothing is clear at all.
Nobody stops.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first.
Okay, I don't
And then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
That's got to be the duct tape. Was that an option in my
the culprit
blades?
carried Angie's body?
Yes. All right. We're
And
gonna
not a single
kick
drop
this
of blood
pig.
fell.
All right, Corey.
The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains.
It's over,
Even
buddy.
if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind.
It is over for
But
you,
there was no
friendo.
evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
Yeah.
I'll cut through your
Man.
words.
It sucks to do it. This one hurts the least. I gotta be honest.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape
But I
under
really,
Angie's
Kaide and
body.
Kurumi were really good. All K's so far,
What?
by the way.
It was wrapped around her head
Kaide,
to stop the
Kurumi,
bleeding while she
Koriko?
was being carried.
Oh, Kokichi and Kaido, no!
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Yeah. This is basically over, family. Like, I'm sorry, buddy, but
It has to be you.
It's definitely Koriko. Or Koriko.
It's you, Kyo. You killed.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
Well, it had to be Angie, because that, I mean, Tenko's was so premeditated.
That's
Like,
it.
that was just a brilliant, like, I'm not even sure.
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then, you should have just stopped there. He killed Angie. There was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
He only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like... Why? Why are they? Why is it...
Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over.
You're right. There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses.
Well said. Good job, Korekio.
Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
Yeah, it is creepy, huh?
You're wrong. They're it.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
Not bluffing.
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
Yeah, is he haunted? Alright, let's see if I can get this rhythm down this time.
I have nothing to admit.
Oh, that's a cool boss.
You are simply wrong.
Yes, I'm not the culprit.
So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
I was getting the holds.
Yes, I'm not the culprit.
So I have nothing to confess. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Your logic.
That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Your logic.
That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Your logic.
That's merely a delusion. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. I
Jesus.
told you I am not
The
the culprit.
combinations.
So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Floorboard?
It ends here!
Ooh, okay. Oh, there's only way this person together.
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I
Oh.
see. Then how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Yep.
Angie's blood? Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the... But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie. I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board. when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with a floorboard.
Poor Angie. So she wasn't even part of the plan.
All you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already. What's true?
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Shuichi, please. Put an end to... For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
I feel really bad for him to go, man. She's dumb, but she didn't deserve that. It's weird that they're all gonna unlock at the same time. I thought that in the past they seemed to unlock like one or two at a time, or like as you go. Kind of made this one like super easy to do. Weird. This little bastard picked the lock. Elliot Kimmy goes up there like, did you just do a crime?
This is the truth of the case!
Alright. Well, let's go through this again.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room.
It's a good cover.
To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms.
Poor Andrew, man.
However,
Look at her
when the
just
culprit
loving
was
life.
working on the middle room, Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparation. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting cross pieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan, but now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab.
Wild. This is so wild. Like, so much.
While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this: to overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder.
Why, though? I still don't quite understand
to
why.
do that,
I guess we're gonna find
they
out
manipulated us into performing this seance.
I really want to just like mash through this and find out what, like, when he cracks, you know? Because like
Of
he's
the
gotta
3
say
empty
something.
rooms, the middle one was I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned.
There's gotta be some kind of weird reason that he did too. There's gotta be.
Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium, but our culprit had another plan: to commit a murder in the darkness.
Yeah, the only thing that entered this medium was a sickle.
Right after we started
right
singing,
to the neck.
The culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard.
Yep.
The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner, finished the ritual, and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. While we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the... Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle.
That art of Sumugi back there is kind of strange. Oh man, he is...
Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Now tell us, nerd. Tell me why you killed two. I need to know.
That's where my detective work leads us.
Sweet Korekio. There were times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit?
Yeah.
So you finally admit you did...
Fortunately. Yes. Yes. Is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
What?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Why is she bussing again?
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart racing excitement!
Has a blackened and a spotless smiling face up?
It's voting time!
Oh, well. Corkio, I'm sorry, man. I will miss you. Not as much as some of the other ones, but I'm definitely gonna miss this boy.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
So where did Corkio vote? That's what I want to know. Show me, Kyo. You vote for me? Oh no, he even voted for himself. Wowee.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Boo. It never feels great, to be honest. Oh, a C in one of my debates. That's gonna really hurt my coins.
Absolutely right! All right!
For now.
No.
Right!
Oh?
Hey!
Hey, hey!
Shut up!
What?
Yeah?
Yes. There is someone that I love. I love her with all my heart. And she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other. Forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love.
What is going on all of a sudden? God damn it, I missed that. What did he say? I need to know what he said. Okay, no matter what anyone says. Alright, is it...
What? Don't tell me.
Wonderful.
Wait!
Yeah.
Ho 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 ho! Damn.
Sploosh!
God, she loves getting verbally abused.
Hey.
You see,
Sister.
Yikes! That's a yikes. Oh god. That woo woof.
Right?
Wait.
whatever is the matter?
Okay, Kyo is off the list. I thought Kyo was cool.
And she loved me so deeply.
But
the
now...
fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
Oh, God.
They called it forbidden love. But none could stop the love we shared.
Did not expect that.
Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Okay, Kyo. I knew you were a weirdo, but this is taking
For my beloved sister.
Come on, dude.
Always messing around.
No. Huh? Sister. However... Huh? Do you understand? For my beloved sister! Huh? Incomprehensible.
What?
Sister.
What? Oh my God.
What? I am Korekio's older sister.
What?
Jesus. How does it... What? Fuck. Goddamn. What? No, dude. You definitely went mad.
I am pleased. Sister.
Gotta... I just don't know, dude. They made this one. What the fuck?
Korekio.
Are you serious?
I think he's serious, Kaido. But I can't believe it.
I told you.
I don't think that's the power she doesn't believe in, dude.
What was that?
Because...
Unacceptable. Huh? Wonderful.
Why you?
Yeah, it's because you. Yeah, you know why.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Huh?
But... can this be? Beautiful. Well. No way! Let's see. For my beloved sister! Are you okay?
No, Kaido, bro, I am right there with you, homie. This is... I would have.
However,
What is that?
Correcchio.
Why? But how?
do not worry.
That's right. Sister.
What was that?
I didn't have a single clue about where it was gonna go, but I gotta say, this was not even on the list.
And another thing.
Maybe.
Shut up!
You got me!
So then...
Sister.
Sister.
Correcchio.
Oh. It's punishment time!
Huh? Sister. That's right.
Therefore, from an anthropological point of view, yes.
What was that?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I shall observe.
That's right. Humanity is beautiful.
It's punishment time!
Jesus Christ, man. What? Why? The fuck? Is possible to end? Why is it possible to end? What the fuck? Gotta be honest, this one is the first one that doesn't feel all that bad. Because boy... Boy getting cooked. Is Monodum gonna throw Monotaro in there? It's gonna happen, ain't it? Yeah, it's coming. Oh no, they threw him in! I didn't expect Monodum to die. Oh, that's a twist. Oh. Ridiculous. Ludicrous. I've never, oh yeah, now Monokuma's banging his ghost sister, I guess. That's what you call justice.
How gory!
How can this be? Yay!
Oh, he killed himself? Looked like they threw him in there, but fair enough.
That's right!
Hey! Well then. Wow, wow, wow.
told you. What's the point?
Oh, yeah!
Monotaro is either stupid or shitty. I'm not sure which.
So long, farewell!
Always messing around. Of course!
But...
Yeah, there's no god here. Just a cis-con loser.
Going to do his best.
You're right.
Okay. That's right.
Oh, Maki's talking like Kaede now. Shuichi's going to develop a crush.
Actually...
But... well, you know...
Shit. How rude! But you know... I believe in you.
Okay. Well, of course! Hey, hey! How exciting! No way!
That's not... Be nice, Kokichi.
You alright?
Hey! Okay.
Oh.
Poor Himiko.
You're so dumb.
Huh?
Because I'm a liar. But...
Right?
nuh-uh. Because... hey!
Kokichi, chill, dog. Come on. Oh, poor kid.
Damn it.
I've talked a lot of shit about Himiko, but she just went through some shit, dude. I feel real bad for her. Oh, what do you mean? How? Aww.
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No.
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think? Yeah, I hope so.
Then going to carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus
this if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gota is a gentleman after all.
Jesus, Mew, like right now, like in this moment.
Huh?
Well...
But...
Got it.
Okay. Okay.
Got it.
Oh boy. Well. Is he? Oh no, he is sick. No,
Damn it.
no.
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet.
No.
Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Oh no. Oh no, man. Fucking hell. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for tonight. We'll pick this ridiculous nightmare back up tomorrow. Thanks to whoever's out there watching. Well, I don't want that mask. Get that shit away from me. We will mosey on into chapter 4 and good lord. Good lord. Have a good night, guys.